Well. Oh, hey there, everyone. Assuming I don't have massive tech issues like I just went through, it's nice to see all of your lovely faces across all the platforms. I am live currently on, okay, I can't call them by the proper names for algorithm's sake, so I'm on Bookface, I'm on Camera app, the Play button, Purple app, and Clock app all at once. So I'm going to be jumping between them to get to your comments and saying hello to everybody. So if you're in there, just bear with me, say hi and chat everybody, and I will get right to you. No, that ain't right. Why didn't you switch? Oh, it'd be helpful if I click live. There we go. All right. How's my bit rate looking, Captain? Before I move on. Oh, it's scary, but we're going for it. And then on the TikToks, hello Ash, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We're gonna get started. We're gonna be reading some ghost stories tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the music. This is royalty-free Night Ride FM. If anybody's ever looking for royalty-free music to stream in their background to fit a spooky or cyberpunky feel, this is it for you. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So we have
There we go. Sometimes you just need to hit it with a stick, and then eventually it'll work. Hey there, C. Nice to see you. Alright, so I have a Dictionary of Ghosts by Peter Haining we'll be reading from. This just has some very typical terminology and whatnot, but we'll be reading from that tonight. This is a nice one to have. And then I have Cabinets of Curiosities by Aaron Mahnke. Aaron Mahnke being popular for the podcast lore. I actually got a chance to meet him earlier this year, and he actually signed the book to me. Stay Curious, Bob. Very cool. That was very sweet of him. So I'll be reading from some of the curiosities in this book, and then finally I'll be referencing back to the true ghost stories of the haunted heartland from the American Midwest, as that is where I am from. Curious what else is running in the background on the computer right now that's causing all this delay and lag. Are we at? We're in St. Louis right now. Let's go back towards Chicagoland. Haunted Chicago. County. The Legend of Stiffy Green. That's what we're going to read tonight. We read Diana of the Dunes the last time, so let's read The Legend of Stiffy Green. And if you're lurking, don't hesitate to say hello. Have you ever heard a dog bark in a graveyard at night? Nothing so unusual about that unless you're in the Terre Haute, near the gates of the densely wooded Highland Lawn Cemetery. There is an ominous sign at the entrance. No one, it warns, is permitted to enter the cemetery after dark. The caretakers had good reason to mount that sign. Highland Law is the final resting place of John Jean Heinel and his little bulldog, so faithful to his master, even now he still watches over the family mausoleum. The story begins nearly 7 decades ago. John Heinel loved his dog, Stiffy Green. The kindly gentleman and his bulldog, trotting obediently at his heels, were inseparable companions on the streets of Terre Haute. Stiffy returned his master's affection in countless ways. He rarely let Mr. Heald out of his sight. In 1920, John Heald died. Stiffy Green was inconsolable. Sad puppy stories. He refused to leave his master's side even at the funeral and at the burial service. Whenever someone tried to pull Sniffy away, the little dog snapped and snarled. Mr. Heinl's remains were sealed in the family mausoleum at the Highland Lawn Cemetery. Stiffy positioned himself right outside the mausoleum bronze doors, his bright green eyes, and it daring anyone to interrupt his master's sleep. There he stood vigil night and day through rain and heat. He didn't eat, nor did he leave his guard post except on those few occasions when the members of the Heenum family took him home. But Stiffy always found his way back to Highland Lawn Cemetery, and that's where Stiffy Green died, his body beside a pillar at the entrance to the mausoleum. Mrs. Heinl could not bear the thought of separating Stiffy from her husband. She asked the taxidermist to preserve Stiffy's body. Mrs. Heinl then placed the dog on the floor inside the mausoleum near the man so he could be faithfully followed. Today, Stiffy Green still guards John Heinl. On the sunny days, you could peer in through the fixed bronze grillwork of the doors of the musky, dark interior and see a perfectly preserved body of Stiffy. It is disconcerting to see a dog inside such place, and at any moment you expect to see a tail wag or the head tilt slightly to ask what the visitor wants in his place. A legend persists at Terre Haute that the specters of Stiffy Green and his master still take their daily strolls together. Barking and whining often drift across the night in the vicinity of the Heinl mausoleum, and a voice some say that old John Heinl is heard hushing his little companion. People claim they've seen the mausoleum doors standing open while the figures of a man and a dog walk nearby. No, a barking dog in a graveyard is not unusual, unless you are in the Highland Lawn Cemetery in Terre Haute. It might be a ghostly bulldog barking at a shadow while following his master into their nightly walks. Well, that's a good story. Puppy ends up with their human at the end there. Kind of nice. Alright guys, I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. I'm having some tech issues tonight, and we need to be prepared for Gen Con, so we need to get good sleep. But anyway, folks, it was nice checking in on all of you. I will see you all tomorrow night, and we'll actually go back to playing something, okay? So we'll be back tomorrow night.